Northwest University community, thank you for joining us as we receive the latest updates from our University Council Chairperson, Mr. Bert Sorgdrager. Bert, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Angelina, and thanks for inviting me back.
I see you're not alone though, you've got a special guest with you.
Yes, so I got Yakumba Andreas here with me today. He's the SRC, the Student Representative Council President, but in that capacity he's also a full council member, like two other student leaders, so they serve as full council members. And he's now getting towards the end of his term, so I thought it's a good time for him also to join me, Yakumba. Maybe you can share with the community your year on council and how you experienced it.
Yeah, no, I think council was an experience. I think a lot of students or student leaders don't really get to engage in matters that happen behind the scene, whether it's approving of policies, and they don't necessarily understand that the epitome of decision making is the council committees. And being on council was an experience. You know, my first time there, I was running a bit late, and then when we got there, it was just approving of documents without giving us a chance to read through something. But I must applaud the council for taking decisions that are benefiting the students. One can really see at other institutions, it's usually the university management against the student leaders. But at our institution, I think we have managed to create a coexisting relationship. We know that we are equally dependent of each other and that we need each other. And for council approving things such as paying students their allowances in advance before NSFAS can actually pay the institution or the students. So I think it was quite a great experience, unforgettable one, and hopefully I must come back in the future and take Mr. Bert's position or something.
Watch out, Bert.
Yeah, no. The student team keeps us on our toes on the one hand, but they also they're part of the team and part of the solution. So yeah, it was a good year with the team.
Bert, prior to the council meeting, council also had an afternoon workshop. What were the highlights of this workshop?
So, Angeline, there were two topics. The one is a main topic, being the future strategy of the university. It's the time that we revisit our 10-year strategy. The VC made his presentation, consulting council. He will take the proposals back after input from council, and hopefully in the next council meeting we will approve the next 10-year strategy. Just for the community interest, there's nothing materially different from the strategy. It's more an enhancing of the existing strategy. So there's nothing that the community should be concerned about. Maybe we will look at some instances, the unitary model will stay, maybe we're over-centralized, but that's more practical implication. But to a large degree, it will be business as usual on the strategy with some renewed focuses.
And the second highlight that we can look forward to?
Well, the second highlight, the cat out of the bag a bit, is our School of Sustainable Mining that we are investigating. It's exciting. It will be a multidisciplinary school, but focus on mining. You know, Northwest Province, we're known for our mining. And of course, in the times that we live, sustainable mining. So that is something that we will launch in the near future.
The Northwest University, always progressive.
Yeah.
Bert, a number of policies were again approved, and part of those were the new conditions of employment. Anything that's standing out with regard to the new conditions?
So yes, Angeline. So it was just a refresh of the conditions of employment. But in a trailblazing move, the university has decided and council approved that in certain circumstances, the retirement age will be lifted to 70. It's not an open-ended approval, so it is an employer-driven initiative. So where there are scarce skills or rare skills or critical staff, the university is able to retain those skills. But we're very excited because it will be good for staff and the university.
Feedback from the Vice-Chancellor is, of course, always one of the top agenda points. Do you mind to deliberate on this?
Yes, Angeline. So I think what we often forget with the council meetings, there's business as usual. So yes, the VC gave us an operational update on where the university stands, where we are, and I'm happy to report that everything is on track.
That's good news.
Yes.
And Bert, of course, the 2022 financial statements of the university were approved. Care to mention some of the highlights?
Angeline, glad to report that we had an unqualified audit, which is always good news. Our finances are healthy. As I always say, we're not rich. And as I always say, if there are donors out there, please contact us. But yes, everything is according to budget. There's nothing that worries at this point in time, but one must always just keep your eye on the finances. But happy to report we're in a good state.
That's great news indeed. And Bert, the term of the vice principal was also extended. Please enlighten us on this.
Yes, so Prof. Linda Du Plessis, who's the DVC for Van der Bijl campus, she's also the vice principal, and we have extended the term till August 2027. A good move for the university to retain her skills. And yes, I'm very glad to report back on that matter.
And of course, keeping in line with the modern trends, I understand the digital business strategy of the university was approved. What can we look forward to?
Well, Angeline, digital is, the new world. So the whole university business will be around a digital strategy. And of course, the university is far advanced in it. We just formalized our position on the digital strategy going forward. So it's just making current business in document.
Thank you so much, Bert. Thank you for keeping us informed, and all the best with the continuous work.
Thank you, Angeline, and thank you, Kumba, for being here today as well.
Thank you very much. It's
Thank
a pleasure
you,
being
Kumba.
here.
Well, Northwest University community, there you have it, a university in good standing, everything in order. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to meeting you again soon.